Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic related to Angular lazy loading concept, where we will be seeing what all ways are there to lazy load in Angular 19. So in short, we are going to talk about the lazy loading concept, that is load component as well as load children. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is load component and what is load children. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use load component and load children. Okay, all right. So now for the sequential content, what you can do, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. So from there you can take a reference. There you will find more than 3000 plus resources available in both Hindi as well as English language. So you can simply watch that. Okay, all right. So let's start. Here you can see, firstly I have noted down the heading, that is Angular 19 course by Sharmit. Post that, I have noted down the ways to lazy load in Angular 19. Okay, so first thing is lazy loading using load component. So here what I have did, like I just noted down the detailed pointers, and these pointer will also help you to understand the concept, and it will also help you to answer the question in the interviews. Because in interviews, like when you're prepared, I'm sure like some of you are preparing for interviews or maybe some exams, so in that case, like these pointers will help you to refer as a notes. Okay, so let's go one by one with all these pointers to understand a bit about load component. So load component used only for standalone component that comes after Angular 15. Okay, so this is very important line, that it loads it used only for standalone component. Okay, second point is it loads a single file plus template only when the route is visited. Okay, so that means it will load only a single file and template only when the route is visited, not in all cases, but only when the route is visited. Third point says Angular creates a separate JS chunk file for that component. So that is very important thing, because when we will be discussing about the load children, at that time we will find out that it create the load children will create the chunk for entire group, not for a single component. But here you can see Angular creates a separate JS chunk for that particular component. Okay, the fourth point is it keeps initial bundle very extremely small. Okay, so yes, this thing I think I'm sure like those who referred the last session, they know about the example which I take, where I explain that home is only of 2 KB. So it, due to which in case of load component, it loads only the initial bundle size is very small as compared to the other method. Okay, so it keeps the initial bundle extremely small. Fifth point is perfect for small pages with no nested routing. Yes, it is very perfect for small pages when there is no need of nested routing. Sixth point is it makes routing files simple and clean. Yes, and that is something that every developers want, right? So if you want to make sure that your routing file is simple and clean, then in that case you will go with a load component. Okay, so these are the all 6 pointer that is helping us to understand the concept of load component. It shares the features and functionality of load component. Now we will also talk about some component that will help us to understand why load component is faster than load children. Okay, so that thing we will also discuss here. So you can see load it is faster than loading it is faster than load children because it downloads only one component, not a route tree. Okay, so it downloads only one component, not a route tree. Clear? And when we will be talking about the this loadChildren, there we will download the entire route tree, but here it downloads only one component, not entire route tree. It is useful for content only pages. Now what are the content only pages? Like about page, contact page, terms and condition page. So these all type of pages come under a content only pages. So it is useful for content only pages. Third thing is it support route level guards like can activate. Okay, so it supports the can activate. It supports route level guards. Okay. Then we have fourth point. It is useful for SEO focused apps where multiple pages are not connected. So if you are concerned about SEO, so you should know that it supports it is useful for the SEO focused applications where the multiple pages are not connected. Okay, so these are the all pointers that will help you to understand the concept of load component. Now next we will talk about the lazy loading using loadChildren. Okay, so here we will be talking about the loadChildren. So in terms of loadChildren, you can say that it is used for feature sections that contains multiple pages. Yes, so when we are talking about feature sections like feature sections that contains multiple pages, then in that case we will use the loadChildren. Second point says it is suitable for admin panels, user dashboard and settings. Okay, so it is suitable for admin panels, user dashboard and settings as well. Third thing is lazy loads an entire route group, not just one component. So as I mentioned earlier, that it loads the entire route group. Okay, it lazy loads an entire route group, not just a single component. Whereas if we talk about the load component, then in that case we just discussed, right, there it loads only one component, not the entire route tree, right? But here it lazy loads the entire route group, not just a component. Fourth point is it enables nested routes inside the lazy loaded area. Yes, it enables the nested route inside the lazy loaded area. Then we have fifth point, which says it organizes large project into logical feature folder. Okay, so when we are organizing the large project into logical feature folders, then this lazy load component loadChildren can be utilized. Then we have sixth point, it keeps main routing file clean and maintainable, and this is something that every developer wants, right? They want to keep the things clean and maintainable. So you can clearly see that when we are talking about the load component, yes, it will help us to maintain the routing file clean and maintainable. Clear? Then we have seventh point, which says Angular loads one combined JS bundle for all the child route. Okay, so there is no separate bundle. There's a complete, like it loads one combined complete JS bundle for all the child route. Okay, so it provides the same thing, same combined load file for the all child route. 8 point says it reduces code duplication across related module. Yes, it reduces the code duplication because here things will be much more maintainable and cleaner. Then we have last point, that is 9th point, which says why it is essential when the multiple pages share. Because like it is essential when multiple pages share guards, layout, resolver, UI shells, and it works with a standalone route files as well. So around 10 points are there. I'm sure like these pointers is pretty much good for you to understand and recall the concept of load component and loadChildren. Okay, so I think this part is clear. Maybe in the next session also I'll just quickly compare these two things with some syntax also, so that when we start with the practical example, at that time you will it would be easier for you, right? So that thing that is why like I'll show you why the syntax with the comparison. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.